Welcome to Crush Wednesday. Today it's Wednesday and today I'm Richard Turns you like every day, but today I have a special guest, Ev Chapman. Welcome.
Hey guys.
Ev's part of Common, head of our digital brand, leading up all things branding, marketing and digital. So you're in the right job then, Ev.
Yes, I am. Yes.
And it's always great when I'm on Crush Wednesday and I can actually talk to somebody else. I know I talk to you guys too, but we're having a pretty serious conversation today, Ev.
Yeah, we are.
We're talking about Facebook.
Facebook.
That's the notes I have here.
That's what I always talk about.
You always talk about Facebook. I always don't talk about Facebook. But there's some important changes on Facebook happening. So welcome to Crush Wednesday. For those who is the first time seeing this, we do this every Wednesday at 9:29. We're a bit late today, but 9:29. We're a bit late because there's so much updates to go through. And we really wanted to make sure we prep for everything about this call and really get excited to ensure that the information we're going to give you is going to help your fitness, wellness, and any kind of business to be in fact. So as you're sharing that in the groups, I want to talk about what our friend Zuck said. So Mark Zuckerberg, they had a conference called the F8 conference. Is that correct?
That's right. It's called F8.
F8 conference. I'm assuming that stands for Facebook 8, like.
I don't
Conference
know.
8?
I don't know what it
I don't
stands
know.
for. It sounds fancy.
We don't know what it means.
Maybe it's, I don't know.
We don't know what it means. But anyway, what's happened with Facebook over the last few years, as you know, they've been in court a lot, and they're fully aware that their privacy is a problem. So they've been in court a lot.
Yep.
And it first started with the election sort of
That's
results,
right?
Yes.
Yes.
Leaking some stuff and
Yep.
some wrong things that we're doing.
Yeah.
Naughty.
People using their platform in the wrong way and then letting them.
And then letting them, right? Naughty.
Yep.
And then we had the problem with the last time they were in court for something else, right?
Well, they had to go to Congress and testify in front of
They
Congress.
were so funny.
Privacy.
Who watched some of those videos? That was just hilarious, that whole rigmarole. And so Mark Zuckerberg's definitely learned how to put a tie on with all these court appearances.
Yes.
Take his t-shirt off. And I think he's grown up a little bit.
I think he has.
He's grown up a little bit, and I think he's a little bit scared because he's making some big changes here. And the reason why I want to share them with you and why you should continue tuning in is because every time there's a change, it means that you go look at the clues that they're giving, and that's going to predict your marketing over the next 2, 3, 6, 12 months.
Yeah.
And so what's happening in a broad level of marketing means a lot for your business. And these are the few adjustments that we need to make. So welcome to Crush. Anybody joining us? Who is on? We've got Boris, Chris that I can see, Ashley. Good to have you here. Now, if you are joining us on a replay, just say hello. Make sure that you comment. Make sure that you engage in this because that's part of the new updates on Facebook. So, Ev, talk about brand for a second. Before we get to Facebook, you work a lot in our digital brand.
Yes, I do.
And what are you seeing changes? I know I'm throwing some random questions you didn't know I was going to ask you. But what are you seeing happening on Facebook with some changes regarding brand?
Regarding brand, I think one of the big things I'm seeing, and because I work in the brand world and also Facebook advertising, is that brand is more important than ever. Engagement is more important than ever. Like people liking and commenting and sharing your posts is more important than ever. That's what Facebook's using to see, are people really connecting with you? Are people really, interested in what you're saying? That kind of thing.
Yeah, people really connected to you, and they're doing a lot around that. I know one of the things they are doing is, and it's not on the updates here, but I wanted to listen. We've got 5 points we're going to get across. So I'm not going to go sidetrapping too much, but what I want you to do is I want you to comment and let me know what you want to know about Facebook, any updates that you've heard or you've heard through the grapevine. Just comment below and say, is that true or false? Let us know. But you know what, before we get to recommendations and reviews, let's get to it because there's a lot of updates we're going to get through. We've got a whole page of things that are really important for your business. There's a lot to do with Instagram, Facebook Messenger, the redesign of Facebook as well. Who's got this new app updated? Like now it's got white at the top. What's with that?
I know. So the Facebook Blue is gone.
Wow.
It's gone. So this is like, I think Mark Zuckerberg talked about this being Facebook 5.0 or something. So it's like Facebook's gone through a lot of different redesigns in its time, and now we're seeing kind of that blue disappear. And it's just really, it's white, it's clean, it's simple, and it's just, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, and you got to push the button and then you search. I'm still a little bit confused. Like
I couldn't find the search button.
Like I don't know that you have to push the button and then you got to put the thing in. So I don't know if I like that, but you know what? The white really like. Whoa, am I on the right app? So who's seen the white on theirs? Let me know. Can't hear you both, May says. Let us know if you can hear us, guys. It seems that there might be some issues on audio.
Yeah, right. No, I can definitely hear us.
You can hear us? Okay, great.
Yep.
Hopefully it's not freezing for you. And if it is for anybody else, let us know.
Yes.
And we'll try not to freeze. We're freezing now. Let us know. Let us know, May, if that helps you at all. Guys, let us know if anybody's having any audio problems.
Yeah, hopefully we're good.
Okay, so number one, let's talk about the Facebook redesign first, Ev. So let me just recap this. Before that, so the F8 conference, I was getting to that, sorry. And this is what Mark says. I feel like, now look, I get a lot of people aren't sure we're serious about this, privacy. Zuckerberg said at F8. We don't exactly have the strongest reputation on privacy right now, to put it lightly. But I'm committed to doing this well and starting a new chapter for our product. He's talking all around privacy. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Bob, Boris there, for letting us know you can hear us.
Yep.
So what does that mean? That means all the changes that are coming in place right now, because obviously of privacy, public company, they're being scrutinized, they're being looked at, so they've got to really up their ante to stay in the game. Very, very important. Privacy is a big thing at the moment.
Yep.
People want to make sure that they can use this platform and they can get that going. I think someone else has got a problem, but I think we're okay. Some people have problems watching us, but some can't make anything out. Okay? Hopefully this all works. Audio is still good, Jess. Boris said he can still hear us. Great. Obviously, there's Facebook problems, and not everybody can hear us. Hopefully, it's good. Okay.
Yes.
So, Facebook being redesigned around groups and events. Can you explain some three or 4 points that some changes here?
Yeah, so if you've already downloaded the mobile app, you would have noticed some changes, and then some of the desktop changes are coming in, I think, in the next few months.
Yep.
And it will be very similar. So one of the biggest things is kind of this move away from the newsfeed as we know it.
Yep.
So that's probably it's a big move for Facebook, because that's been their number one thing, kind of since Facebook started, is this news feed where you see everyone that you follow.
Well, it's all about being connected.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and so you're seeing everyone's updates and that kind of thing. But with, Mark talked a lot about this privacy thing, and I think that really what they're seeing is, I feel like he's definitely growing up and he's listening to users and things like that. He has to, right?
He's wearing ties now.
Yeah. He's not, some college student in his dorm anymore. He's listening to what people are saying, and a lot of people are saying that where they get the most value is in those common groups that they're in, the events that connect them on Facebook and that kind of thing, rather than, the newsfeed has become really busy. And I think that's the thing I hear from a lot of people is like, you just go on there, you're scrolling, it just doesn't have any connection.
Well, Facebook was about connecting the world, right? And so now, we continue that connection, and the group tab, I don't know if you can get on your phone there, Ev, but the group tab, it has a specialized group tab, and I want to look at that. And at the top, it has your groups that you can select the groups that you want to manage at the top. The groups at the top there. And then here, the news feed is about the news feed for all the groups that you've put into your group section there. And obviously, you can highlight the groups that you want to see more of, which is great. We manage a few different groups, and so to me, that's where I'm spending my time in our groups, in one or two other groups, and I want to see those groups. I've got a family group, I've got some work groups, I've got ninja groups, I've got crush group. And that's where I want to sort of see my time. And so it's I can go there and it's all my groups straight away. Because before we started to miss a few updates in groups.
We did.
But now hopefully that fixes those problems.
I think so. And I think most people are coming together in different interest groups or family groups or work groups or that kind of thing. And we're finding these little micro communities. And so I think it's nice to be able to go and have a tab that's about groups. And then the other thing that they want to introduce is like a find new friends kind of thing.
So like a dating friend app?
Well, we can talk about dating later.
Okay.
But this is more like, these are all the groups that you already are in, and maybe you might be able to find a friend who is in common in these groups or that kind of thing. So they are really trying to connect people. And still kind of have that open place where you're meeting new people, but it's still kind of like within those groups.
Guys, let me know what you think about that. Comment or give me some love. I just want to make sure everybody's on too, because there was some audio issues, so just to make sure everybody can hear us loud and clear. So we've been talking, so what does it mean to your fitness business? What does it mean for your business? Well, it means this one thing. We've been harping on groups for a long time. At Com, we recommend 2 groups to have. We recommend to have a members group for your members, and we also recommend to have a non-members group, somebody who may be interested in what you do, old clients, broader community, people in that group. You want to focus around what you're solving, the one problem or the 2 problems you're solving within that group, okay? The broader it is, remember, nobody's going to be attracted that way. So you have a really tight, closed group around what the groups aim to be, what they're going to get out of the group, and then obviously your members group. So 2 groups are our recommendations, and they've been our recommendations for a long time here, not just today. We've been talking about this for a long time because we know that this is where people are going. Remember, Mark Zuckerberg a year ago, he said, we want to get people more connected.
Yes.
And slowly, there's been a lot of changes in groups happening. And so that's what's happened now. Again, it proves the concept that now groups has its own tab. So again, that means more people get into the groups. The people that weren't joining your groups before are going to be joining now because they've just found their groups tab all of a sudden and they know what a group was. So be an early adopter. If you haven't already got groups, have a members group and have a non-members group for your fitness, wellness, beauty business.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, and I think we're going to have to get used to the fact that more and more the engagement's going to happen in groups and less on our pages and that kind of thing. So our pages are still going to be more for branding, even discovery, like people discovering your business, checking it out, seeing what you do. Whereas the engagement is going to come from within groups.
Yes, great. Guys, let me know your comments. This is Crush Wednesday. We are talking all about the new changes in Facebook. There was a conference that went on, it was called the F8. And basically Mark Zuckerberg said we're really making sure that privacy, we're going to push that strong. They don't have the best reputation on privacy, as we all know. So he's going to commit to do this well. Obviously, he's got a lot of shareholders, a lot of pressure to make sure he does this well. So a lot of energy is going down this way. So this is fundamental adjustments that you need to adjust in your business based on these changes. That's number one. The groups are huge.
Yes.
400 million people belong to groups as well. Groups, tabs, groups, feed as well. Feed, I love the feed. That's new. That's great.
Yes.
And the new desktop design. Ev, what's that about?
So the desktop design I think is coming out in a couple of months, but there's obviously groups is a big focus of it. But the other thing that's going to be a big focus on the desktop app is stories. And so Facebook is kind of probably the 3rd platform to adopt stories after Snapchat and Instagram.
Sure, but you know what? Facebook stories are where it's at, I reckon. They're where it's at.
Do you use Facebook stories?
I don't use Facebook stories, but I use the Instagram connection to Facebook stories.
Okay.
And I can tell you, the views on Facebook stories are absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Because guys, if you're doing stories, I don't know if you know, if you don't do stories, you can actually see who's watching your stories.
Yes, you can.
And I'm getting people that watch my stories who have never liked my Facebook stuff before. And all these people are going, wow, these people watching your stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great because it catches out all those Facebook stalkers, I think. You know? But I like it.
I actually think not many people know that people can see your stories.
I know that. Shh, don't tell anybody.
So all your stalkers out there are like, checking you out.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. But there's been a lot more traction on Facebook stories, people viewing it, than others. And I think that's because people, users actually don't know that they're watching a story because it's at the top of the newsfeed now. So they're just thinking it's part of the feed.
Yep.
And that's what they're doing. I know if my father-in-law's watching this one here, we caught up yesterday and he's talking about, I just see the stuff in the feed. And I had to make an adjustment on his phone and all of a sudden I could see that the stories on his phone were the highlight because you have a huge amount of friends on these friends list. So it's to me, that's what you see first. So it's sort of confusing to the person on Facebook that what are they watching? They're watching the stories. Are they watching the feed? So
I think that a big complaint, like I said before, on the news feed is that it's cluttered, and you like, I very rarely see things from people that I follow. And so I think that with stories being prominent, really what they're trying to get back to is that if you want to see things from people that you follow, your friends, then watch the stories. Because I think that's where you're going to get that authentic connection. I feel like stories are very authentic, they're real, they're raw, they're a little bit more dynamic than what you see on the feed. And so I think they're really trying to make that push towards stories. And I think it will... I think just like Instagram has, I think in the last 12 months, Instagram has really transitioned towards stories being the main thing on their platform. And even now with some of these changes that they're making to Instagram, it'll again kind of highlight that. But I think Facebook is really trying to drive that same transition towards stories.
Okay, there's a question from Daniel. If I don't like being in front of the camera, what's my best way to relay my intent and my story to what I'm trying to achieve? Great question, Daniel. Really good question. I don't have the answer to that, Daniel. I'm going to use Ev.
I can answer this. On my stories, I'm rarely in front of the camera. This morning, So even though I actually don't mind being in front of the camera, but when I'm using stories, I'm really trying to convey what I'm doing, that kind of thing. And I think there's a lot of tools that you can use to make a story happen. So, as well as just taking like images or a video, there's things like Boomerang. I love Boomerang if I don't want to do anything. So, I love that document over Create. So that's all I'm doing on my stories. So like this morning, I got up at 5 a.m. I do a meditation. I might snap a little, take a little screenshot of the
Great
meditation
comments.
I did. Then I went out for a walk, and I just took a little boomerang of my feet walking back and forward, and then of the sunrise and that kind of thing. So I'm not, I'm very rarely kind of on my phone doing that kind of selfie style, like, hey, I'm out for a walk today, and telling people what I'm doing, actually showing people and showing that documentation.
That's a great way. Sometimes when I'm not in that mood of, hey, I want to get on camera, that's the way I do it. I just film like I said to everyone on the weekend, I was just like, wasn't really in the mood to store anything. I just took a picture of where I was at, and it was like raining, and that was that. I didn't even put a comment or nothing at all.
Yeah.
So sometimes that does help. There's heaps of tools on that. And I think also too, Daniel, when you do want to create, like you being in front of the camera, if you've done a lot of documenting, you're not in it, and all of a sudden you talk, I love that, because it's like, wow, I never see that person talk much. I love it. Do you know what I mean? So well done for doing stories anyway. Good work, guys. Good work.
That's it, yeah. And depending what industry you're in, if you're in the fitness industry, that kind of thing, if you're doing training and clients and things like that, just you can obviously put them in front of the camera as well.
Amazing. Guys, if you're just joining us, thanks for the love and thanks for the emojis. And this is really important. Remember, if you're asking your clients, don't ask them for likes, ask for emojis. That's what Facebook's ranking you on as well now. Liking is very easy to do, but emojis is much harder to do because you've got to slide across, but it means more value for your brand out there, and also cheaper ad costs long term. Another category in the conversation altogether.
Yes.
Okay, we are talking about the changes in Facebook. There was an event that just came out, the FA. Mark Zuckerberg's talking about it's going to take Facebook more seriously. So number 2, we're talking about all the changes. So Facebook being redesigned, we talked about that. Facebook Messenger.
Yep.
So who uses Facebook Messenger? Write in yes if you use Facebook Messenger. More than you used it 12 months ago. I certainly use Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Like, who has phone numbers this day and age? Facebook Messenger, that's where it's at. New desktop and mobile apps, new business tools. We're talking about appointment booking in Messenger.
Yep.
And page admins can reply from business accounts too. Let's talk about Messenger, Ev. What does it mean?
So, well, the boring kind of parts, Facebook Messenger, is they're updating their mobile app.
Yep.
So, especially if you've ever tried to download Facebook Messenger on your iPhone, you always have to be connected to Wi-Fi because it's such a big app. So they're just redesigning the whole thing and making it a smaller app, lighter, quicker to use, all that kind of thing. So that's kind of under the hood. And also Facebook Messenger is coming to a desktop. So instead
you couldn't do desktop
that's
before.
Right.
Okay.
So instead of going onto Facebook, getting distracted by the news feed, all of those kinds of things, you can just have Facebook Messenger up on your desktop and you can be chatting to people and answering people's questions.
More distractions, it sounds like to me, yeah.
Well, I think it's less distracting because I don't have to, honestly, every time I log onto Facebook, I get distracted by something, and then I think, oh, that's right, I was going to reply to that person.
Yep.
So it's separating, just like they did on mobile. They separated the Facebook app and the Messenger app. They're going to do the same.
So what does it mean to a fitness business? What does it mean to you guys that these adjustments in Messenger are happening? I actually think it means that, again, it forces more people to use Messenger, to reply on Messenger, book appointments on Messenger too, Ev. What's that about?
Yep, totally. So there's a couple of new business tools that's coming to Messenger. So basically, when you're in Facebook Messenger, you can get people to book an appointment with you.
Wow.
I don't have no idea how that actually works in practice. Like, does it go into your diary or anything like that? But obviously we'll hear about that. So that's one of the other ones. There's also a new lead generation template. So in Messenger, you can send people like a form and they can fill it in, that kind of thing. I think these are game changers, especially in the fitness industry. When you're like, I know a lot of people who are using Messenger over text messages, calls, that kind of thing. And so to be able to be in that conversation and then say, hey, why don't we book in a complimentary session? Here's my diary, book it in. Yeah. I think that's just seamless for people.
And I don't know if you noticed, guys, that the last few months that now when you're kind of in comments, you can it pops up and say, would you like to private message this person as well?
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
And I think that's just amazing, because we always teach you to have those conversations and move them to Messenger. So it's kind of forcing all unique and private conversations. It's popping up and say, hey, hit this button to go straight to Messenger.
Yeah.
So the reason why that's important for you is because this is where Facebook as a global brand is saying, hey, have the one-on-one conversations. Have those conversations. So you got to understand that you can have the conversations and you've got to lead your potential client to the outcome that you want to have, which could be a trial session into your business, because you've led from brand, your marketing, and then now we're going into a trial or a session, whatever it looks like, most importantly. And so these are little tools that you need to understand and say, hey, that's what people are now expecting for you to do. So if you're still stuck in the days and you're still saying, hey, nobody's replying back to me on emails, that's because they're not on emails. They're on Messenger.
That's right, yeah. And I think that, and we've been talking about this the last couple of weeks as well, in that I think communication is just getting faster and faster, and people are expecting kind of more instant communication, and that's not email. Email is like what we see as snail mail. You know, it's like it took them 3 days to send me a letter. But
it is great, because I think now email is moving more into like a solid, it took me 2 days to send a potential partner an email, but there was thought that went into it, there was timing that went into it, and I think, that's what I believe emails is going to move into. It's quality information through there. That's what I think it's going to move into. Okay, guys, if you are joining us at 9:29, we're doing a bit of an episode here around Facebook, F8. When I say a bit of an episode, there's so many changes to talk about, and it is important to watch these updates as they come, because you're going to start to see a lot more changes roll out, and you've got to ensure that your business, your fitness, wellness, lifestyle, yoga business, Pilates business is all connected around this, because this is now, what the biggest communication platform in the world is about. People are now going to be communicating slightly different, and it means a lot to your business.
Yep.
Let's talk about Instagram, because there is a whole page of Instagram here. And I don't know if this is like biased, but yeah, there's a lot of work on Instagram.
There is a lot on Instagram, and maybe I just kind of went all towards the Instagram news. I don't know, which is interesting, because obviously, if you weren't aware, Instagram is owned by Facebook. Yep. So a lot of things happen kind of similarly, or that kind of thing. So there's a few new things happening on Instagram. The first one is a brand new revamped camera. If you've ever been into stories, like we were just talking about before, stories has things like boomerang, polls, quizzes, all those kind of creative things that you can use to kind of up your game. So that camera is now apparently going to come to the main camera. So when you're creating photos in your feed, you will be able to do things like polls, boomerangs.
Makes it
quizzes,
easier. Makes
all
it
that kind
easier.
of thing. So rather than just having those things hidden in stories now, we're going to see those kind of come over, I think, into the main camera app. So when you open up your Instagram and you go to post a new photo, you'll have photo, you'll have live, and then you'll have this thing called create mode, which is where you'll find all those stickers and things like that. So
that's going to help you a lot. You like those stories
I know,
and the create
I
modes
do,
and all that.
but
Yeah.
I think for creators and just in general to really get a bit more engagement on the feed, I think they're starting to bring these things out.
Yeah, start using them because they keep people active on those platforms, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So what else is happening in the Instagram world?
Second thing is they're going to add a shop button. So I don't know if you know.
I like this one a lot.
I like this one a lot.
Dangerous for some people.
Because I do go shopping quite a lot on Instagram. But at the moment, if you have a Shopify page, which probably not that many people watching this have a Shopify page because we're talking more e-commerce. But when you're kind of going through on Instagram, anyone who's got a Shopify page, they can connect. And so you can see how much something costs and you can click on it and you can go over to their website and you can purchase it. Well, obviously that's working well because Instagram is now bringing out their own shop button. So basically, you can and if you have influencers or that kind of thing, you can work with them. And if they're wearing, say, your necklace or
cool.
whatever, you can click on it and just press the shop button and actually check out right on Instagram.
That is amazing, and that's pretty dangerous for a lot of people, and that changes the whole game of Instagram influencers.
Yeah,
and
it does.
That takes the game up. As soon as you see it, boom, impulsive buying on Instagram platform.
That's right. Yeah. And I was thinking about how could you use this as a fitness business? Because obviously I can definitely see the use because I go shopping all the time on Instagram. But like maybe you have an image of your sessions or something like that, and I don't know, like maybe you could use it to get somebody to
the session
to buy your
buy it
initial
straight away.
session, something like that. I have no idea how it's going to work or anything like that. Those are just my initial thoughts. That
But
perhaps it could get people in that moment without taking them off the platform. I think that's been the biggest changes I've ever seen in Facebook and Instagram is getting people to stay on the platform is one of their major aims. And so if I don't have to go off the platform and I can buy your membership straight away, then yeah.
I think it's a game changer.
I think so.
I actually think it's a game changer. Sorry, I'm just putting some things here. And when that happens, it means then your website, your products, all these items are going to have to be really in alignment and making sure it's really clean to what you're marketing from the front end as well. So it's really important to make sure what's your front end products, what can actually be purchased, and where does it go down. And I don't want anybody to get off track what they're doing in their fitness business.
No.
You know, so there's no point inventing a product just to sell on Instagram.
No.
It just means how can you currently use Instagram to maximize what you currently are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the third thing, and this is interesting, and I think there was a bit of a leak for this, but they're testing out. They're not sure if they're going to do it or not, but hiding likes on Instagram.
Yes, I heard a bit of the.
Yes.
I heard a bit of the leakage there.
Yeah. So instead of like when you go through and you can see 297 people liked this post, you actually won't be able to see that. You'll be able to see the last few people who have liked it, and you could still click on it and see the whole list of people who liked it. But that actual number, I think they're going to try and mask. And I think there's an interesting move by Instagram to kind of put more of a focus back on the creation of stuff. So rather than the vanity metrics like likes and comments and all of that, they really want the platform to be, hey, create really great content.
Who is happy about that one? I bet everybody's happy about that one. And all those people that have just spent a lot of money on the fake likes.
That's it.
Are in trouble now.
Yeah.
Because now it's about creating real content, getting real engagement around the audience. I actually think this is, it's a decent change. I mean, we've got to look at the problem we have right now. There's a lot of fakeness on Instagram, and there's a lot of fake likes out there, a lot of comparisons on Facebook, and I think it's it's a strong move if it goes ahead.
I think so. I think it's a good move though, and I think for anyone who's got a smaller account who often goes and sees these other accounts that has thousands of likes and that kind of thing, I think that this is a good move for everyone because now it just levels the playing field again, and that's one of the reasons I actually love social media is because suddenly everyone is on a level playing field.
Yes.
It's like I can play with the big brands, doesn't matter how many likes they have. If I create just as good content, then people are going to like my photos as well as theirs. So
game changer.
Yeah, I think it's great.
And it really is enforcing us as fitness business owners, as wellness businesses, is that it's forcing us to make sure that we push strong from brand.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get everybody on a level playing field, and then there's not going to be like, oh, that picture's amazing because I can get all these likes. A lot of people are going to be caught out here, by the way. A lot of people are going to be caught out here.
Oh, I think so.
Because there's so much fake likes going on still today.
That's it.
But now it's all going to be about content and creation. So start using the tools available, especially on Instagram, Facebook, to actually create amazing content stories.
Yeah.
So guys, what we've gone through, so I just got to recap here.
Yes,
Facebook being redesigned, number one. Facebook Messenger, booking people directly in Messenger now. Instagram, we're talking still about Instagram. You can buy directly on Instagram. Better creating on better shop from creators, and that social media brings everybody back to a level playing field in regards to the likes and things like that. So that is a big change as well. It may happen. Donation stickers I'm seeing there as well. I don't know if anybody's seen those.
I haven't seen them yet, but
I've seen a few around. So if you're having a donation, you can put a donation sticker on your Instagram story. How cool is that?
That's cool.
You don't have to do like the lolly drives and chocolate drives anymore. Just to create really great content, ask for donations. Makes it simple. Bully features, Ev.
Yeah.
What's this about?
This is interesting, and I was kind of like, it's a warming feeling when you hear about things like this, because I think Instagram has become a platform where people can get bullied a little bit,
Yep.
not a little bit, maybe a lot.
Yep.
So it's nice to just see them bringing out some features. So the first one is called a nudge mode. So if somebody is doing something that you consider bullying, or you consider like this is kind of inappropriate for you to say, you can nudge them. I don't know what that looks like, but it just kind of says to the person, hey, like, let's just stop what you're doing, in kind of a nice way. So that's the first one. And then the other one is one that's called away mode. So if you're in a transition period, so say like, a lot of bullying comes when you're new to something. So if you're changing schools or something like that, you can put yourself into away mode. So you're not it's not like you've deleted your profile or anything like that. You're just away. People can't comment, you can't comment, and you can't see notifications or anything like that. So it kind of gives you that breathing space
without having to disable your account.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people
right.
do that. They have a break for Facebook, and then it's the whole thing. But I think that's nice. Like,
I think it is.
Give yourself some time
space.
away. I think that's a great concept there. Facebook Messenger watch together. I mean, how's this gone? Has this been a big? It's been around for a little bit, Ev. What's been going with it? I've seen a few people do it,
watch
that kind
parties,
of stuff.
We've tried it a few times. It has worked and not worked. And actually the technology was a bit weird for a while, and we couldn't get any videos to be able to watch together. I actually think this is the future. I'm going to put this out as a prediction, this whole watch together thing, because just recently, right, I am a fan of Married at First Sight. And so what me and my friends did is that when we watched the episode, like, my friends live all over Australia, and so we use this app. I don't even know what it's called now. I forgot what it's called.
Married at First Sight app?
No. But it's like a walkie-talkie app. Voxer, okay?
Yep.
And so we'll be watching the show all in our different states, and actually like talking, like walkie-talkie, on our phones about the episode. And it was the funnest thing I've ever done. Like, honestly,
wow.
like rather than just sitting in your lounge room, watching something on your own, and then maybe talking to your friends after. It's like in real time, you're watching this and you're commenting and that kind of thing. And so now Game of Thrones is on. So you can tell I do watch a bit of TV. But a lot of people are getting together to watch episodes because they want the experience together. And so I think it's a thing at the moment where people want to be together and experience things together. So I'm really loving. I think they're taking those watch parties from the actual platform and they're putting them into Messenger, so that you're actually in the Messenger app and you've got a group of people who are watching something.
And how is that going to work for your fitness business? Because it does come down to, you know, how can you make these platforms work? And to me, I say, well, if that's a show that you want your customers, your members to watch, your clients to watch, and you can set up these kind of health parties where they might want to watch a documentary or anything like that, and then you come on there and you talk about it. And it's keeping that community together without having to actually connect with them on a Friday night or at 9 o'clock on a Thursday. It's having that community feel. So I think it's good that it's still around. I think it's going to be it's going to be something that's going to stick around. I think so. But definitely try it out if you haven't already, and just see what you think about it. Let us know how you go with it.
Yeah, I think it's all part of this community-driven platform. So people are looking for shared experiences. They're looking for shared groups. They're looking for people who have things shared in common.
Yeah.
And so we've gone to the days where we're like, we want 5,000 followers and all these people. It's like, now we want little micro communities and we want to experience things together.
Communities is where it's at. And I think, you know, this is not new to the fitness industry. It's not definitely new to you guys. We're all about community in the fitness industry, health industry, wellness industry. I think other brands are going to struggle with this quite a lot. I don't think as much as fitness professionals and wellness professionals are going to struggle, because you're dealing with the community every day.
That's right.
So you guys are going to have the competitive advantage, I think, over any other industry. I've got one more point here, Ev. It says Facebook dating. I'm interested about what this whole Facebook dating is about. Tell me.
So last year they introduced Facebook dating, and you can opt in for it, and so I don't know where they tested it, but they tested it in a couple of countries. It's coming out to a few more countries now this year. And there's a new secret crush feature. Ooh. I've just thrown this in. I don't know how you're going to use this in your fitness business, guys, but just know Facebook dating is coming. And so basically you can nominate people on Facebook who is your secret crush. Okay? Then if they nominate you as their secret crush,
wow,
you both get a notification.
Wow, and you start a messenger conversation. And then you can watch a movie together on the messenger party.
That's right.
And then you can buy some things together straight away. You can book it all on Messenger. I mean, I can understand where it's going. Love is a strong connection here, so we can use the whole process all through Facebook.
That's it.
Zuck is a smart individual.
He is.
Straight to the dating. I love it. Guys, I hope that's helped. Just to recap, this is Crush Wednesday, 9:29. We've done this on our com marketing page. So for those who have never watched us before, every Wednesday at 9:29, we do an episode on Crush Wednesday, talking about marketing, your fitness business, sales in your fitness business. We get special guests on sometimes as well. There's a whole combination of items that we do. And you can do that, and you can join us in the Crush Your Fitness Marketing group. So just go to Facebook now, if you're watching this, and type in Crush Your Fitness Marketing, and you can enter in this group. Just going to ask 2 quick questions. We obviously want to make sure that you're a health, fitness, and wellness professional, because it's an engaged group around that community. No marketers, no spammers, all that sort of stuff. So that's what it's about, is making sure that we give value and get value from the community. So check that out, Crush Your Fitness Marketing. Other items to talk about as a recap, if you haven't followed our podcast show, Ev's one of the hosts with Nolan Fisher as well. Go check it out. It's called the Marketing Muscle Up Podcast Show. Listen, we bring all this stuff to you for free, so all we ask is just follow it, share it if you like it, tell someone about it, and that's how we can generally help you to double, triple your business, your wellness business, and really make sure that you're positioning your brand is there. So if that's something that you need to do, definitely contact us and let us know how we can help you. We also have an event coming up next Tuesday.
Yep.
It's called New Age of Online Marketing. It's actually in our office just here. It's a half-day free workshop, even better. And I'll put a link to that on the comments as well. It's called New Age of Online Marketing, and you can enter and you can come into that. Basically a small workshop, which is even better. So you can really get those questions answered. That's coming next Tuesday. Ev, it's been great talking about Facebook.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I know it's a topic of your liking quite a lot. And guys, we do use Facebook quite a lot in what we do in marketing. You might be running ads, paid ads. You might be doing free organic stuff on Facebook. But the reason why we go through these updates is because you're going to understand how it's going to work for your business. There is no point, the days of copying ads and templates and all that kind of stuff, they're gone. They're dead in the water. They're going to die in 2019 if they haven't already for you. So it's really important to understand how your business can connect to the changes that are happening, and then be the leader in the space in your community and lead, using platforms like Facebook, using platforms like Instagram. So I hope that's helped. If you have watched this replay, which a lot of you are watching on replay, let us know if you have any comments, questions, and we can get back to you on that one as well.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ev. Thanks for tuning in and joining me today.
Yeah, it's great.
And for those who are watching replay, just say hello. If this episode's helped, just share it with a friend. I'll catch you next Wednesday in Crush Your Fitness Marketing Group at 9:29. Bye for now.
See ya.